Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important property of CSS, that is border color. Okay. So prior to this session, we talked about border style, border width property, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we will talk about the border color property. So we will see what is border color property, how many ways are there through which we can apply color to a border, what all possible values are there, how we can use different color models in order to apply some color to the border. Okay, so these all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. But before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, fine. So let's start with the code. Here you can see we have just noted down the basic code so far. Like we have just put one heading that shows CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit, and there is a one title that shows Sharmit. So these are the two things that we have specified. Others are like comment and all, right? Fine. So let me show you the output first, and then we will write the further code. So if you look at the output, it is showing CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Okay. Now what next? I want to show today's topic name as a heading. So in that case, we will use here H2, or you can use H1. It is up to you, like which one you want to use, but normally I go with the H2. Okay. So you just need to write here H2. And here we can write the name of today's session or topic of today's session, that is border color property in CSS. Now you can simply save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you will see that now a heading is coming here, border color property in CSS. So this is our main session, today's topic. Okay. Now let me clear the requirement first, and then we will write the further code. So requirement is that we want to create one div here on the browser. Okay, I want to create a div of 900 width and 600 height. On that div, I want to apply a border, but not a black border. Instead of that, I want to apply different color as per the requirement. And also I want to see how we can specify a normal color with a hex value, color with RGB model, RGBA model, HSL, HSLA model, and transparent. So these all values we will be discussing. So the first thing that we need for this demo is div. So let's create the div. So here I'll simply go and write here div. In div, we are supposed to specify it with a ID. So I can write here ID as box. Now you can save it. Remember one thing, this is case sensitive. So if you are writing something with a capital B, always make sure to pass it or use it with the same capital B. Otherwise it won't work. Okay. So we have added this thing. Now what next? We are supposed to apply some CSS here. So to apply the CSS, we have three methods: inline, internal, or external. You can use any method. There is no restriction that you have to use any particular. You can use any method which is convenient for you. But for this session, I'm going to use internal method, because through internal CSS, I can show you both things together, CSS as well HTML. That's why I'm using the internal CSS. So for that reason, here we will, in the head section, we will apply this style tag. In the style tag, we will apply firstly we will select this value. So to select this value, you are supposed to write the selector name, and in this case we have box as a selector, so simply write here hash, because to access any ID we need to pass hash, then box, and this should be similar to the value that you have provided here. Okay, then opening and closing curly braces. Here we will set the basic property first, like width, height, right? So width, as per requirement, we want to create a 900 pixel width border with a 900 pixel. then we will set the height, which would be 600 pixels. Then we apply the width is ready, height is ready. Then we will apply border style. So hyphen border style, this thing we already know how many values are there. These in the last session we discussed it, right? So here I want to create a solid border, and now you can save it and refresh it, so it looks like this. Let's also apply the border width, border, not this, border hyphen width. Here I will use 30 pixel. Okay, now you can see a border is coming, but this is coming with a black color, and we don't want to create a border with a black color because this is the default color. So instead of black, if you want to apply any other particular color, so for that purpose we will use this property, that is background color property. So how to apply it? You just need to write here border color. Then we have multiple options from the keyword value, right? Alice blue, antique white, aquamarine, azure, beige, biscuit, black, right? So likewise we have multiple values, blue, brown, right? So you can select any value, it is up to you. For example, if I want to create a border with a brown color, so I can simply select brown. I'm using editor, that's why it is showing me the option, but in case if you are using it through Notepad or any other editor, you can simply type the brown, and it's a keyword value, so it will show you the brown color border. So you can see now the border is coming with a brown color. Let's say I want to use it with a yellow color, so I can simply select yellow, and now it is coming with a yellow color. Likewise, if you want to create it with a green, you can put green, and now the border is coming with a green color. So it totally depends on your requirement, like which type of color you want to apply. So this is the first kind of value that we can pass to this border color property, that is keyword values. Here we are directly specifying the name of the color. But now suppose we want to apply the color but not through this keyword value. Instead of that, I want to use some hex value. Let's say we have some color in a hex term, hexadecimal value. So in that case, yes, you can apply the hex value directly in the border color itself. You just need to write here hash, and then for example I want to apply 0000FF, so it will show the blue color border. Color is blue, but we have provided it through a hex value. So now you can save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see now the color is coming as a blue color. Why? Applying 0000FF. Okay, similarly, let's say if I want to change the value to 00FF00, so in this case it will show me the green color, but we are not providing directly the keyword value, we are providing the hex value. And we all know that we can also write the hex value in short form. If same values are there like 00, so we can write it one time FF, one time 00, one time, so it will work as the same. Okay, so this is how we can provide the hex value. And if you remember, color models we have already discussed in the beginning of this playlist, of the CSS playlist, where we talked about all color models. So those all color model we can apply here, right? So let's say if you want to apply the color, hex values are clear now, right? So let's say if I want to apply a RGB color model, so I can simply write here RGB, then we are supposed to provide the color. For example, here I want to apply, either you can go with the keyword value or you can provide the values like 0, then we can provide 255 and here 0. So RGBA value I have put. Now you can save it, refresh it, so it is coming like this. In case if you want to change it to red, you can set the values accordingly, and I'm assuming that you know how to set these values because this thing we have already discussed, right? So it is coming like this. Similarly, we can use RGBA model where you are just supposed to write, let me clear it, A here, and one extra parameter we can add 0.1 for example. So what it will do, it will show you the very light border because we have set the intensity of the border color using alpha value. Okay, RGBA, red, green, blue, alpha. Okay, likewise if you want to use any other any other color model, for example HSL, so you can apply that. You just need to write here HSL, then you can set the value, for example 0, 100%. Here we are providing hue, saturation and brightness. So when you provide these value, it will look like this. Okay, similarly we have HSLA model where you can set the alpha value as well. For example 0.2 we have provided. Save it, refresh it, so it is coming with a 0.2. okay, so the main thing is you can use any color model which you want to apply to this border color property. If you want to go with a transparent border, you just need to write here transparent color. So in this case it will look like this because we have selected the transparent color. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In this session we mainly discussed what is border color, what all possible values are there for the border color through which we can apply color to the border. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.